Mazel morons, welcome back to the Good Guys podcast. I'm sitting here with the new face of Claritin, Zyrtec, and Allegra antihistamines. It's Ben Soffer.
I was going to say it's Brooke Schofield. Brooke, do you have any allergy issues, or should I just talk about mine?
I don't have any allergies. I grew out of them. I had them when I was younger, and then I just decided not to have them anymore.
What's it like to be not Jewish?
I grew out of lactose intolerance. That's gone. I ate enough cheese that now it's not a problem.
You know that's what it is? It's acquired. Like you develop lactose intolerance by just not eating enough lactose.
Really?
Okay, so,
yeah, it's
so
the
that
same
I
way.
didn't know.
Yeah, because all babies are born lactose intolerant. All humans are born lactose intolerant, and the more you're exposed to it, the more tolerable it is to your body. So if you don't eat it for a while, you're lactose intolerant all of a sudden, and vice versa. Wow. So that's a choice, as are, in my opinion, most allergies. Like peanut allergy, give it up.
I'm so with you. We should get a kid that's allergic to peanuts on the pod and just give him peanuts and see what happens.
Like, come on, how bad can it be?
Let's roll the dice.
We literally have mothers listening. They're like, he's in the hospital.
No, I can't imagine something. I just talked about this with Claudia actually, but imagine the fear you would live in if a peanut could take you off the planet.
Oh, it's
awful.
Terrifying.
And they're really everywhere.
I do currently have a bit of, I don't know, whatever the seasonal allergies are. Pollen really fucks me up.
Oh, and that's everywhere. Are you taking anything?
Zyrtec, Claritin, Flonase.
Oh, doesn't that kind of get you going? Feels like you had a ton of caffeine or something.
Yeah, you ever hit an inhaler?
No, that's Sudafed. Sudafed gets you going.
Oh yeah, Sudafed is
it's crack.
A drug to abuse.
Yeah, I'm in.
Well, yeah, but now I just had to get my son cough medicine, which didn't have Sudafed at the pharmacy, and I did self-checkout. Alarms started going off, and they were like, we're going to need to do an ID check. I'm like, it's Dimetap. They're like, yeah, we're going to have to check your ID. I'm like, okay, I'm not, Breaking Badding this in my home chemistry set, but yeah, shit is real.
Have I told the story of my experience with Mucinex D on this podcast, Josh?
No, but we're dying to hear.
I haven't told this story?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, it's so rare that I haven't told the story. I always forget what I've told Brooke. I went to I needed more powerful Mucinex. So they have the D behind the counter, right? You could get Zyrtec D, Claritin D. It's the one you need to show your ID, and they give you Mucinex D. And so I got Mucinex D. I went home. All of a sudden, I woke up 4 o'clock in the morning with the most rock hard boner of all time.
Oh no!
Rock hard. Did everything.
Is it oh no or is it yay?
No, it was an oh no.
Oh.
It was so oh no. From 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. just could not go to sleep, could not do anything, completely rock hard. Woke up in the morning, Googled it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Apparently, in less than 1% of people, Mucinex D, one of the side effects, erectile dysfunction.
Is that dysfunction or is that too much function?
Yeah.
That is an interesting point that you bring up. Erectile malfunction. Is that better?
Okay.
Malfunction?
Yeah, I think that would be better. Well, that's kind of, I feel like I would feel special if that happened to me. And I'm 1%.
Yeah.
I guess I could
bricked
think of
up
it like that.
I just imagine Claudia seeing you popping a Mucinex D and her being like, I'm tired, Ben. Not tonight.
Wow, that's amazing. We're going to give people ideas.
Yeah, maybe it's worth a try. It doesn't have that effect on me. Just sort of the wind has that effect on me.
Really? I have friends, female friends who take Viagra on purpose.
Say more.
What is it? Yeah. What does it do for a woman?
It's apparently, they said it's similar to the effects of Molly. It's so funny. We were just talking about Molly, but you just feel super touchy and happy and stuff. So they say.
Aroused.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I just think that's why would you even try it?
I hope my wife listens to this episode, and it's not for any reason in particular. I just want her to enjoy my work. Well, we have, for anyone who doesn't know, and they must be crazy, we do have the great Brooke Schofield here, podcaster, entertainer, comedian, influencer, all the things. You're crushing your live dates. I imagine the last 2 years of your life have been pretty wild, no?
Yeah, pretty wild.
Give us the origin. Where did you come from? You're from Arizona. Tell us everything.
Yeah, so I'm from Arizona. I moved out here in 2018. Was just working at a restaurant. I left college. I was I have to go to LA. I have a bigger life ahead of me. And I worked at a restaurant for 3 years and didn't do anything at all.
What restaurant?
Catch LA.
Ooh, okay.
Delicious.
Thank you.
So good.
So many questions. What now? This is like, especially at that time, this was like the bougiest of the bouge, sceney, LA, outdoor. Tell me everything. Who came? What'd you see? I
It
want
was
to know.
so exciting. Every day you'd go to work and you're like, is Justin Bieber gonna come? Like, it was just fun because, like, I mean, I've loved literally every job I've ever had, but that's just like you get so ready and you're like, oh my god, like it could be Kylie Jenner's party or like whatever. And especially at that time, it was so exciting to me that it was just such a fun job. But yeah, I did that for 3 years.
Do you remember some orders? What's the Biebs ordering? I'm guessing crispy rice.
I don't remember, but the only time I ever saw Justin Bieber myself, he came in, he just walked in, no security, no reservation, just walked in. I was like, wow, Justin.
And
So
did they tell
normal.
him like, we'll get the open table app?
I got so
and-
lucky. No, I was maitre d' at the time, so I was like running the floor, and I had the perfect, like, people had just gotten up from like the table you would put them at, 301.
What was great
And
about
so,
that table?
301. I don't know if you can like picture the restaurant, but it's like a caged in like flower table. Like you only put usually someone who's super famous like that, where you can't see him as well, if that's like how they like it, because some people want to be seen.
We were recently there. We did not have 301.
Well, so honestly,
No.
I don't
No.
get 301 when I go, and I gave them 3 years of my life.
No, we didn't have anything near 301. We had whatever is the polar opposite of 301.
We
is
had
what we
negative
had.
4.
Well, a lot of it's like based on what's good for the restaurant. Like sometimes it's not a good table that you get. Like you wouldn't think it's a good table, but like they think it's a good table for you because everyone walks in and sees you.
Interesting.
It was dumping rain too, Josh. Do you remember how it was pouring rain?
I do.
Oh
pouring.
no.
But that was a great dinner. What's your favorite thing at Catch? I love that
Ooh.
tartare trio. I love that.
So good.
You know,
Mine's the truffle albacore.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Ooh, delish.
My wife's a vegan, and they have like this incredible like
Water.
your version. What? Yes,
Water.
water. Delicious water. It's like a
They have this
jackfruit,
amazing tap.
rock shrimp faux fried deliciousness and like an aioli. Sick.
So good. I think this cauliflower, the spicy
Maybe that's
cauliflower. Oh, it's so good. Everything's so good. But they fired me, so
What do you mean? Why?
I lied.
About?
Being sick to go to a party, and then I got caught.
But you give them 3 years.
I
Are you
know.
allowed to get caught in one lie?
And I had never so much as been written up. Like I literally never had gotten in trouble for anything, never missed a shift, never was like 5 minutes late, and I got fired my first offense.
That's crazy. Wait, I want to know tipping with these celebrities. Is it sick? Is it underwhelming? Like
I don't know. I didn't get tipped, so I didn't know.
you were the maitre d'?
Yeah.
But okay, so someone comes in and you guys are packed. It's a Friday night. Guy wants a table, slipping
Yes.
you a couple hundo.
Absolutely, and I was taking it.
I love
Smart.
it.
Good.
No questions
Yes.
asked. But it doesn't guarantee you a table, and you have to tell them that. So it's like, okay, yes, you can give me this 100, but I can't guarantee it's going to be any
Oh.
faster. So sometimes you have to take their money, and then you do your best.
And are you just getting looks like?
Yes. Oh, it's so horrible. It's sad, but that's what I don't miss. But everyone was so mean to me, and I just felt so guilty all the time because it'd be like a family waiting for like 3 hours.
Because I'd be real petty. I give you 100 and I'm waiting another 2 hours. I'd be like, hey.
I mean, I did prioritize that. Well, I don't know. It's kind of like if you want to, you're the one just throwing money at people. Like that's not my fault.
What was the most you had been thrown?
Never more than probably like 100 or 2.
And you
I
have
was
to
going to say,
pull
$100
that?
is a good grease, Josh, at the door.
It
$100
was
is
so
strong
nice.
grease.
It was so nice, but like it was funny because you don't want anybody to see you get it, because if they see you get it, you have to split it. But if you like it, or if no one sees it, you keep it for yourself.
So
And
you're-
that's like an actual rule. It wasn't like
You're
pulling one
breaking
over.
restaurant code.
Yeah.
Right? Because the whole thing is the
But I
tips
think
are pooled.
I don't think it was allowed, or I don't think it was against the rules for us at all. Wow. I could be wrong. Catch, I love you. Let me come
Love
back.
them too. They're great. Catch is delicious.
Wow.
We used to, the one in New York in particular used to be a very, very sceney club from like
Yeah, because
2000.
they have the club
and-
upstairs.
Yeah, from like 2010 to 2014. Like we ran that roof. Ooh, it was fun. Ooh, it was fun. Just taking all the Viagra and Mucinex and dancing all night long.
We call that a speedball. What? So you finish a catch, you're unceremoniously let go. Then what?
Then it was right at the start of COVID. So I was just on unemployment, honestly thriving because
Right.
unemployment it felt like so much money at that time because it's like more than I was making from a restaurant and I wasn't doing anything, which is horrible to say actually. But
No, but it's true. A lot of people were making because what was it? It was over $1,000 a week.
yeah, because they had I looked it up the other day. It's $450 now, but at the time they were doing like the additional like COVID thing. So I was just chilling for a while and then we started the podcast.
And last question about catch: were you hit on nonstop?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Well, am I crazy, guys? Am I crazy for thinking that someone in your position there at that kind of restaurant, there'd be like a lot of scummy?
It was a lot of just like middle-aged men who were just like, I don't know, they were just not, I don't know, that wasn't the vibe. I don't
Maybe
think.
intimidated.
Maybe, or like we were they weren't happy to see us anyway because why are they still waiting for their table? You know what I mean? Like they're not trying to be nice to us.
Josh, it's more a waitress, I think, than a maitre d'.
Yeah.
The waitress gets hit
Or
on.
the
The
bad
maitre d'
guys,
just
kind
gets a
of.
nasty look. Yeah, seat me now.
Yeah,
Right.
Or you don't really see her
Yeah.
because
So
you've been seated.
didn't worry about too much of that, but I kind of wish.
This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by LMNT. Healthy hydration isn't just about drinking water. It's about drinking water and electrolytes. You've heard me talk about this in LMNT 100 times already. They're an amazing sponsor of the podcast. It's all about water and electrolytes. It's not enough just to drink 8 bottles of water a day. You need the electrolytes too. Otherwise, it's moot. It's totally moot, folks. And it makes sense because you lose both water and sodium when you sweat. Both of them need to be replaced. Both of them need to be replaced to prevent muscle cramps, headaches, and energy dips that result from dehydration or low electrolytes. Most people only replace the water. And why? Because since the 1940s, we've been told to drink those 8 glasses of water per day, thirsty or not. What are you, nuts? It's beyond that. It's beyond that. Drinking beyond thirst isn't a good idea. Thirst is the way our bodies regulate blood volume and fluid balance. When you need more fluids, you get thirsty. And when you drink plain water beyond thirst, it dilutes blood electrolyte levels, especially sodium levels, and leads to nasty consequences. And we don't like nasty consequences at all. Enter LMNT. Created by former research biochemist Rob Wolf, LMNT has sodium, potassium, and magnesium to get you feeling and performing your absolute best. Plus, it has 0 sugar, artificial colors, or other dodgy ingredients to hold you back. LMNT has your electrolyte needs covered with 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And now they're introducing LMNT Sparkling. No sugar, no caffeine, all electrolytes. LMNT Sparkling delivers the same 0 sugar electrolyte formulation you already know and trust. Now in a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling water. Ooh, that sounds delicious. So get your free sample pack today with any drink mix purchase at drinkelement.com/goodguys. And if you're an LMNT insider, you have first access to LMNT Sparkling, a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water. So that's Drink Element, drinklmnt.com/goodguys.
So it's COVID. You are on that good government, good government check. And how did you meet Tana?
I met her at like a random after party in LA one night, and we just became friends after that.
Wow, just connected.
It was so nice. It was like, I just loved her.
Tana's someone, the great Tana Mojo, like that's someone you want to feel a connection with, right? Like she's pretty spectacular.
Well, I was so like fascinated by her because she's definitely different from anyone I've been friends with ever. She's just so like out there. But I remember like meeting her and being like, wait, what?
What's like, Marshall, I remember when Tana was coming on the pod, and I swear to God, you and Tana coming on the pod, like Marshall's ears straight up, our great producer, Marshall. He was excited. What is it, like, what is the Tana effect, Marshall? Can you like articulate it?
Oh my God, that's a hard question to answer. She just kind of has that magnetizing presence, as does Brooke, who's like amazing and walked in. She's so sweet. So, I don't know, it's like one of those things you can't explain, but you feel.
I love you. I just feel like Tana especially, she just does not have she does not care what anybody else thinks. It's all like just 100% her, which I cannot relate to that. I care so much what other people think. And so I think it was just fascinating for me to see her, like how she acts and moves and everything, like just with no regard for anybody else in a good way, not a bad way. Like,
Right.
It's great.
How does that work now? I mean, I'm of the Tana camp. I don't care what people say about me. But Ben, it's not that funny. It's not that funny, you piece of shit. But like, what do you? How does that work? Because now you have so many people commenting on everything you do, and like, how does that work? Being worried about what people think, because that's how most of us feel.
Oh, it's miserable. It's horrible.
Say more.
It's just is like, I'm someone that's always affected my whole life. Like in this field and like outside of it, just even growing up, I was so aware of what everybody thought about me and I behaved differently, like accordingly. I'm just mentally like a little off in that way. So now it's way harder because I'm like, I take every single opinion and then run with it, and it's like they contradict each other, and now I'm acting like 17 different people. It's just not good.
So you hear those opinions. I was going to ask, you hear them and you change. You don't just internalize
not even
them.
It's subconscious, and like Tana's so on me about this. She's like, you have to stop reading them because you don't realize that you're even like, I'll adapt, how I'm talking on the podcast and reacting to certain things and like my opinions on things because I get hate for something.
Right.
But it's like, if you just committed to your bit, like it's really not that big of a deal.
So hard. I don't know. I read comments too.
Just stop Googling.
I
No
know
more
that's
more
like
Google.
Like just stop doing crack. Like that's what it feels like. People say it to me all the time, and I am so much better, especially with like I always talk about Reddit, and I shouldn't talk about Reddit because it's like that's what brings everyone to Reddit. And I've had to get off of it. Like since we started touring, I haven't been on it at all because it's like
the worst place in the world.
It's
the worst.
Oh my God, it was just getting so horrible, and I can't believe like. I don't know. But it's just hard. It's like a group chat about you and you can read it. Like what a drug, but not a good one.
And you don't need me to tell you this, but these are not real people. Yeah. I don't know who the fuck these people are.
It's like Rotten Tomatoes. It's like such a small percentage of the people. And then, like the masses are either just watching the actual podcast or not commenting at all. So it's like, I wish I could just take that into account, but I can't.
It's like, who leaves a review on TripAdvisor? Who does that?
Honestly,
have you ever left a review on TripAdvisor?
I haven't.
That's what I'm saying. You go, you have a bad hotel stay. You go to the front desk. You try to get a few $100 off your bill, or maybe a free breakfast. I'm not writing online about the hotel. It's like Yelp. Like, I don't know who leaves these reviews.
Right.
It's like, I don't trust any of them.
Yeah, I'm way better. Honestly, since I've been off Reddit though, it's like I feel so much better. But when I was, it was horrible.
I didn't even know you can do that. I don't go on Reddit.
Oh, don't.
Good. Don't.
Don't?
Do not.
Is there a real Josh Peck Substack on Reddit? There can't be.
There 1000% is, and you best
bless
not
your
be
heart.
Googling.
Yeah, do not stay away from there.
Oh man.
But,
I mean, I'm on Wellbutrin now, so maybe I should test it.
I am too.
Mazel, how you feeling?
Gosh, it's my favorite. That's my holy grail.
Wow, recent?
No, I've been on it since high school.
Ooh, so you're a veteran.
Yeah, but then I did a few years off, and now I'm back.
How were the years off?
They were fine. I feel like, if you come from Arizona, like you can't like fill a prescription in California if you get it from Arizona, and I didn't have insurance, so I was like, cold turkey, just stopped.
Aye.
And then it wasn't until I really needed it again, then I went back on. But once I went back on, I was like, oh, right, I should never have stopped this. Because
I'd love to hear what your experience is. Like, for me, I had spent most of my life with just wondering why it was a little bit hard. Like, things would just affect me more deeply, I felt like. Mm-hmm. So I was constantly like swimming to keep my head kind of above water without getting kind of leveled by things. And it just felt like Wellbutrin just like brought the bottom up a little bit.
For sure. It's just like, it's hard too with mental things because you don't know necessarily if everyone else feels the same way as you. Like that could be like, oh, everyone feels this way. But no, once I started taking it, I was like, yeah, this is how a normal person should feel.
That's
Although
what I thought too.
I dabbled in everything first. I did like 7 different ones before that.
Did it get wacky? There's some wacky
Yeah.
ones.
Oh yeah. I just had such bad side effects from everything. Wellbutrin. Usually you can look at whoever or what like people in your family take, like if you have anyone in your family who takes it. But I should have started there because I was all out of order.
Wow, I love that. And not saying my mom takes it because that would be wrong of me to share what family members are using, but thank you, Mom.
It's the best.
Shout out. And then here's, I in a good way, Ben, I can just never imagine Ben needing anything at all. Maybe a pastrami sandwich here and there, but otherwise,
Certainly.
I don't think of medication.
That blows my mind that there are people who just go through life with no mental ailments.
I definitely have. I have them, but I think that like I solve. By the way, I'm so pro. If you can take something for something, take it for sure.
Me too.
I get like some like panic, anxiety kind of stuff, but I absolutely love a cold shower or a cold plunge or cold water. I feel 1,000 times better. Like,
yeah.
And I know that that doesn't work for some people, but like for me, if I'm having like a out of sorts, mind is rushing, going to places where it doesn't want to go, I hop in the shower, freezing cold. I'm better in 5 minutes.
That's great. Yeah, see, I would hop off the balcony, and that's where we differ.
We should get some of that pharmacy money and do a Wellbutrin commercial.
I would love to. Honestly, I talk about it so much because it really did like, oh my God, it changed my life so much.
Can you imagine us just like running through a spring meadow with like a voiceover like,
Yeah.
Wellbutrin?
Oh my God, I would love that.
You won't want to jump off anything.
I love like promoting things that I actually really care about. I know we're supposed to do that anyway, but
and the voiceover is Chubbs from Billy Madison.
amazing.
So good.
So now you and Tana, your podcast is absolutely crushing it, and you guys are on tour. How has that been?
Oh, it's so amazing. I love it so much. It's really overwhelming, like mentally, but it's also just like I never pictured myself being able to do that, obviously, because podcasts, like in my opinion, not in my opinion, but like I didn't even think of podcasts as being a thing even like 2 years ago.
Right.
So I'm like, now we're like on the road with it.
And are you guys doing meet and greets too? Mm-hmm. What's that like?
Oh, it's so fun. It's cool because like, I don't know, but social media especially, it's just like, doesn't feel real. And so the live shows and like actually meeting people, it's like, oh my God, these are like, they really listen and like care about the podcast. How cool. So
I'm interested to hear. So you go to the venues, and I'm sure you have, and this is great, and this is showbiz talk. Forgive me. You know, have you ever heard the Mitch Hedberg joke where he goes, "We're gonna have to sweeten these jokes. Sweeten is a showbiz term for add sugar to." And so, you show up to these venues. You have a rider, as it's called, right? Which is all the good shit that you have backstage, little snackies, little thing. What's in the Brooke and Tana rider?
Oh, Tana's is it's what you would think mine would be, and like vice versa. Mine is Slim Jims and a bottle of tequila and a charcuterie board. That's what I always get. And it's fun because like that can be interpreted so many ways. Like sometimes it's a Lunchable, sometimes it's like a huge spread. And then Tana's is like celery juice, wellness shots, like everything healthy. And she never touches it. So like...
What would your ride? I want to hear from everyone here. What would our riders be? Ben, you go.
I think a nice pastrami sandwich is good. Like they'd have to fly in some Second Avenue deli and like get it there with like a side of Russian. I'll take a Diet Dr. Brown's Black Cherry. I'll take a 4-pack of Spritz Society and maybe a nice Don Julio 1942.
Yeah, see, we originally had 1942 on the rider, but we found out you pay for your rider. I always thought that it was like the venue did
What?
it.
Sure.
You
Yes.
do?
Yeah.
I thought
the
the
whole
venue
thing.
pays for it. I thought it's like their gift to you.
No.
Never.
So you pay for your rider. So like that's why there's hardly anything on mine because I don't ever eat it. Usually like I'll eat like a little bit, pick at it kind of. But I started feeling guilty. I'm like, I'm throwing all these things out.
Right.
That
And-
you're paying for.
and I'm paying
That's
for them.
I didn't even know. I had
Not
no
that it would
clue.
make it better if someone else were paying for it, but I just like,
Sure it would,
It would-
Brooke.
it 100% would.
It would make it way better. Way better.
Welcome to the good guys.
Way better. I was excited to get my bottle in 1942 and break it on the floor in front of them
I
if they were
also-
paying for it.
I don't think 1942 tastes good, and I think everybody who's pretending it does is a liar. No offense.
No, there's no offense. It doesn't taste good.
It
It's
tastes like
vanilla-y. It's gotten much worse over time, 1,000%. But there's a certain level of prestige.
Yeah,
that
that's the
comes
thing.
with a
You
nice,
drink it to look
expensive
rich.
bottle. Exactly. So if somebody else is paying for my $100 bottle of tequila, why not? Now that I know that I'm paying for it on tour,
Not
give
the
me the
same.
Cuervo. Give me
Yeah.
the Cuervo.
That's me.
Josh?
I don't drink anymore, but I will say that I did have one bad experience with Jose Cuervo when I was drinking at a Super Bowl party, like retching in the bathroom as like, and this was not this was not a large home. Like, this was a
no.
1-bedroom apartment with 1 bathroom. So
Oh,
like,
man.
and eventually like in between throw ups, I would hear like, and I'm like, oh, he's checking on me. And he'd be like, you got to give me I got to pee, dude. And
Oh,
so I'd have to
no.
be like, okay, I'll go stand on the patio.
I get so sick from drinking too. I'm like, I don't know why I keep doing it, but I do.
Yeah, keep trying. You never know. Okay, my rider would be, so I do like these college gigs where I'll go do, recently Ben and I did one in Florida where we did a live pod, but when I do them alone, it'll be like a Q&A, moderated Q&A with like a little bit of stand-up. And usually it's just a veggie platter, a little bit of ranch, a
That's nice.
little bit of hummus.
Delish.
And if they really, you know what really touches me is when they know me and they get things that I would like and I don't ask for. Like, I don't ask for a Coke Zero, but I'm happy when it's there.
Oh, yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, I don't ask for a Celsius, but if it's there,
Oh, Celsius actually is on my rider.
yeah.
But yeah, sometimes
Celsiuses are nuts. Like I drink one, I feel like I did crack.
Oh, you're so
Like
pure.
they're a level of this is speaking from somebody that hasn't done crack.
You're so pure.
well,
But-
much like milk, you can build up a tolerance.
Milk and crack,
yeah.
it does a body good.
Yeah, I can have like 3 Celsius a day and not be affected.
Really?
But yerba mate will crack me out.
Wow. Josh, popping back for a second to that veggie platter. We
Yeah.
need to do away with the cherry tomatoes in that veggie platter.
I'm not a fan of tomatoes in general
Me neither, but unless they're in the form of ketchup or sun-dried.
or a tomato sauce.
Yeah.
I'm
Great.
down
Agreed.
the tomato byproducts.
All on the same page. Except a nice heirloom tomato, I'm fascinated by.
Now-
So pretty.
Now
so
for
pretty.
for counterpoint, let's hear from Marshall. I'm sure he loves tomatoes. Marshall? Wow.
Oh my gosh, unanimous.
In certain forms as well. I think there's a strong tier list here for tomatoes.
They are versatile. They can do a lot of things.
They can,
They
but like
can.
the person that takes the tomato, puts salt on it, and bites into it like an apple, nuts.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not an Italian nona doing that, you have no business doing that. 100%.
Nuts.
What would be on your rider, Marshall?
I was thinking while y'all were chatting, so hummus and pita and crudité,
Ooh.
100%.
Yum.
Diet Coke,
Oh.
tequila and lime, no preference. Well, rose flavored mini Vaseline.
Oh, I love that. Like the little red one.
Yeah, it's the best.
What?
And-
For your lips?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And toasted marshmallow, nut pods coffee.
Oh, wow. That's good.
That'd be it.
I think that would be such a fun, like someone has to like go out and shop the riders. I think that would be fun to like see everybody's. I know like J-Lo has like candles on her rider, but like, you know, she probably has like a bathtub on her rider. She's funny.
Well, she just canceled her tour, so she has no rider.
Did she?
She did.
God, did you see she went to the
Sadly.
Grove the other day?
What was she doing? Cheesecake Factory?
No, she was walking around the Grove and just furious at everybody taking photos of her. I'm like, no offense, you are J-Lo at the Grove.
Come on.
Bless your heart, you can't go there.
I can't go there, and I'm nobody.
Well, I wouldn't say nobody, but like, what are you going to the Grove for? That's like where you go if you want to be seen.
Yeah. What was J-Lo doing at the Grove? She probably needed some good. There are paps who only live at the Grove. Like, that is their area.
It's
Like,
smart. I know Timothy Chalamet was there the other day. I'm like, I go all the time. I'm like, where are they when I'm there?
Interesting.
What the fuck?
What would you run into Timmy Chalamet? We call him Timmy here. We grew up
Of
with
course.
him. TC, you see TC out. What's your opener if you're talking to him?
Oh, I wouldn't talk to him.
You know?
Never.
Never.
I would never talk to. There's certain people who I like need to remain celebrities. And he's one. I want him to be so famous.
Who else?
Kylie Jenner. I want her to be so famous. I don't know. I just I love like feeling like a fan.
Yeah.
It definitely does take something away once you meet them. Then they're human, and it's like I can't appreciate them in the same way anymore.
Right. Especially like musicians who I'm really obsessed with. I never want to meet them because I don't want them to like be a human.
It's such a hard. Ben, do you have that person for you? I don't know. I don't see you with like a huge amount of
that
fandom.
person that I like want to never meet.
Like I feel like for you it'd be like someone from like Sum 41 or just like a random emo band.
I do love a good alternative punk pop band member.
Benji Madden.
Oh wow.
Yeah, honestly, I probably wouldn't want to meet him. It would take away from my ability to mosh. I wouldn't want to meet him. That's a good one.
What about Reba?
I want to meet Reba yesterday. I love
She'd be
Reba.
a fun one.
Brooke, you like Reba?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's great. Josh
Wow.
doesn't like Reba.
No
Start
one
spreading that
doesn't
rumor.
not like Reba here, okay? It's like tomatoes, right? And she's a ginge. It's unanimous. We love Reba. I don't watch Reba as much as
Is
young
she a
Ben does.
ginger? She's just a redhead. I think there's a difference between a ginger and a redhead.
Oh, Marshall
Excellent.
Seymour. We have one. Marsh?
Yeah. Well, he's ginger adjacent.
What am I?
I don't think you're a ginger. Well, you have strawberry blonde, first of all. But I'm ginger adjacent too. Like I have like the freckles and the coloration, but I don't have red hair. And like some people are redheads and don't have freckles. And those just to me are redheads.
Huh. How do you react to anesthesia?
I don't know. I'm going to find out. I'm getting a boob job in a week.
Congrats.
Wow.
Thank you. It's going to be amazing.
What goes into that? What type of planning and preparation?
And how come it's never a boob career? Sorry. Okay, so yes.
Not much. Well, I mean, I've thought about it for a long time and not a lot of planning. You just like go, I guess.
But you don't have to like pick your boob. Like,
You do. You like, there's different kinds. There's like different profiles. They can be like, they can come out further. That's like a high profile. There's like moderate. And then you pick like your CCs, which is however much like is in it or something. Wow. I don't know. And it depends on like your frame. It's a whole thing. But I had to pick mine a couple weeks ago.
So we had the king of the boob on our podcast maybe 3 months ago, Terry Dubrow. You know Dr. Dubrow?
I love him. They sat behind me at a restaurant recently and I was like gagged with Heather.
So lucky.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. We are dear friends. Me, Josh, Terry.
That's
We're
honestly
dear friends.
amazing.
Yeah.
We're friends. He
I
came
love
on
botched.
and just the amount of fucked up surgeries, that's why I bring it up. You're not scared?
Totally. I'm very scared. But
Don't be
Yeah.
too scared.
well, not it's it's like
You're freaking her
a
out, Ben.
really, really common thing.
What'd
I
you
feel like
say,
the people
Josh?
who
You're freaking her out.
the people who end up botched usually
Good.
people who end up botched usually are like people who try to go like really, really big or like crazy.
And was that a consideration? Were you like asking the doctor, like, this is what I think would be best, but obviously, like, you're the expert. Do you think I'm making the right decision for my frame?
Well, I lost weight, so like I had really, really like big boobs before, and then just lost a bunch of weight and wanted to just go back to how they were. So I went in with like very clear intent, like this is what size I want them to be, because this is what size they were once. So we'll see if I'm a ginger when I go under.
Do you, okay, let's talk about post-surgery. Are you doing an aftercare facility? What's that going to look like?
No, I don't know. I was just in Cabo, and a friend of mine who was there, she was like 5 days off her boob job, and she was just in Cabo. So I'm thinking it's like pretty easy. You just go home.
NBD? What are you going to do, an Uber Black home?
No,
You got a friend taking
my
care
friend,
of
my
you?
friend's picking me up. Honestly, it's Tana's birthday trip too, so I think I'm about to be in Cabo right after too. But that's how people end up on Terry Dubrow's show.
That a
Exactly.
fucking flex or what? I don't think so.
Well, I don't
say
know if it's
live.
going to be that easy.
I say boob jobs, post Cabo boob jobs is living.
I hope, hopefully it's easy. Some people it's not easy.
Listen, I'm going to go to Aruba after I have my male breast reduction, so I think samesies. Listen.
I always thought like, you know how people go to like Turkey and get just like the full one too? They'll do like 7 surgeries at once and then just like fly home. I saw a photo one time of like the airplane home from Turkey and every single guy had like his hair, the little hairline thing.
Yep. 100% Jews from Long Island. The Persian Jews love going to Turkey. They love it.
They do
love
such
it.
a great job.
They do a great job in Turkey. They do for the hair, specifically for hair. I know a guy on the flip side that went to go get a full mouth of veneers in Costa Rica for $4,000. No good.
Oh,
Oof,
no.
no
That's
good.
hit or miss. But they do so much better teeth over there, I think. Here
They do
it's just
better
like
te-
so expensive. Dental,
I was gonna
anything
say,
is so
do
expensive.
do they do better teeth or do they do cheaper teeth?
I
They
don't
do
know.
cheaper teeth for sure. Much cheaper. I don't think better.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
guess I haven't put much thought into it.
I recently last year had a lower eyelid blepharoplasty.
Oh, how was that?
A dream.
Really? I thought about doing the top ones so that I can do eyeliner better, but I think I'm going to wait a couple more years.
You look great.
I'm going to stick to one surgery a year just in case I get like a little carried away.
I got the lower eyelid blephy, and they literally told me, they were like, listen, this is going to be like a 90-ish minute surgery. This guy is so good, and you are going to look better immediately. And then like over the next couple of days, you'll get swollen because it comes a little later. They're like, do not go out tonight. They said, we have people who get so excited by how much better they look after that they literally go party after their lower eyelid blepharoplasty.
Did you do it?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, good. Okay.
I woke up with an ice cream headache because they put an ice mask over you. And I woke up and I had this searing headache, and I was like, that's it. I'm botched. They cracked open my brain. Like, this is bad. But it was just because as I was waking up from anesthesia, they had left this ice mask on, and it gave me the worst brain freeze of my life.
it has to have happened to others. They don't think about that?
I don't know. I think I have head sensitivity, but I did. And so I'm like, I'm in pain. Like expecting them to like hit me with some of that Fent or something.
Yeah.
And they like, I literally feel the anesthesiologist push 2 Tylenol into my mouth. And she's like, drink this water. I'm like, this is no fun.
It is like a pretty easy surgery though. I feel like
It is.
honestly slay. And how long did it take you to recover?
I mean, we were podcasting 2 weeks after.
Oh, amazing.
It was pretty good. I'm glad I did
They
it.
killed it. They killed it on Josh. Killed it. Look,
Yeah, you
he's
look
never
great.
looked better.
Thank
Josh,
you. Thank
if
you.
I could get elective surgery, what should I get?
Oh, this is just, I want to stay friends, Ben. We can't do this for
No,
each other.
tell me.
You know that I need a male breast reduction, so that's your answer for me. For you,
We could go breasts. I think I'd go teeth. I'm just going to show them a picture of Steve Harvey and tell them I want his teeth. I want huge horse teeth.
Oh.
wait, but you didn't. I would say for you, I'm trying to think of. I don't know. Here's the thing. I think obviously you're perfect, and I also don't know what you're unhappy with.
The thing is, I'm not that unhappy with anything. What I will say, maybe I'll go to Turkey. I am starting to feel like the top of my head is becoming sparser than I'd like.
No, I was just thinking you guys both are rocking with some good hairlines. That's good.
you.
I know people
I
really
appreciate
young,
it.
receding, crazy.
Yeah, no, that's.
I know I would be bald.
If
Very-
I had that, by the way, that's why I'm not on the Wellbutrin. If I had a receding hairline, I'd kill myself.
Oh, you would 100% need it for sure.
I'd kill myself. That's the one thing. I'd take my own life.
I like when people have only like 3 hairs left and they just put them over.
Oh yeah.
The comb over. It's
Yeah.
great.
What about the Larry David? How do you like that?
Like I honestly,
The
I
sides?
love that. I maybe just because I love Larry David, but like just full bald top. It's kind of everything, and he just is committed to it. Like he will not
Rocks it.
go fully bald.
Ooh, I think this is a good question for the room. What is a classically deemed unattractive thing that you find attractive about someone? Like for me, like I like a gap in the teeth.
Oh, I love a gap in the teeth
I'm
too.
down with a gap.
I love like really hairy guys.
No way. Why?
I don't know.
Does it feel more masculine?
Maybe I think it was just like one hairy guy, and I was like, oh, maybe it's kind of just like, yeah, it's like a manly thing, and or more importantly, one like so hairless guy that it was like a weird like Ken doll situation. I was like, that's not for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, hairy guys are good. Hair is good. It's strong.
Shout out Robin Williams, R.I.P.
It's good. What's one trait that people think is weird that I like? I don't know. Marshall, what do you think?
I was trying to think too. I don't know. We just like Ben and I just really love everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
And we
all
don't know.
shallow.
Actually, Marshall,
You're
what it
both
says is that we
shallow.
hate imperfections.
I also
Me and you
really
only like perfect people.
I really like when people have like huge mouths, like Pete Davidson, like just huge mouth.
Or Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has
Although
good
Julia
mouth
Roberts,
game.
I think, is just like conventionally perfect.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Now that you're extremely public and you're young and dating and all that stuff, is that something that you want to keep very close to the vest? Is it, is it something you feel comfortable sharing with the audience?
I feel in the beginning I was like so open. I would just talk about everything, every guy I was seeing and stuff. But I felt like at that time I felt like Canceled was small. It wasn't that much smaller, but it just didn't feel like that big of a deal. Now I do like to be a little bit more careful about it because it's like, first of all, love the Canceled girls. They will go and find every single person I'm talking about without fail. And if it stopped there, that would be fine. But they'll message them and be like, "This is what she's saying," or like, "Don't do this again." I'm like, "Oh no." So I try to be a little bit more careful about it now, but I still want to share. You know what I mean? So sometimes I say this a lot, but I'll like change up some details. I'll be like, "Yeah, and he's a tennis player," and it's like he is not a tennis player, but. Or I'll just like try to throw him off a little bit. I'll be like, "Yeah, this guy I just met," but it's like a guy I've been seeing for a year.
Right.
And it's so that I can tell stories without people getting in trouble.
But I could see you in Novak Djokovic.
What's
Maybe.
that?
He's a famous tennis player.
Oh. I said, "What's that?" Not
What's
even who's that.
It's not the most common name. Should we do a couple speak pipes?
I think so. Yeah. I feel like Brooke would be great at that.
Okay, I will get to them. I'm terrible at this, but I promise you it'll all work out.
Speak pipes are where our audience calls in for advice or they say something stupid and we respond to it.
Oh,
They're usually
amazing.
fun. They're usually fun.
I love that. Maybe I'll steal it from you guys.
Feel free, please. We want to steal anything from you guys because you're massive. Okay, so if you want to leave us a question or you want advice, go to speakpipe.com/goodguys. This is from Lily Trump. Lily Trump.
Hey guys, I need some advice. So a few months ago, my fiance and I got engaged and we moved in together. And he recently just started chiropractic school and things are going pretty great. We have been butting heads recently, and that is something we don't usually do, but we're butting heads because we can't decide on when to get married. So he wants to get through his 3-year-long program, school program, before getting married, and I don't want to wait 3 more years. I want to get married as soon as possible, especially because, we're already living together. We're engaged. Like, I don't see the reason in waiting. I do understand that he wants to get through school, but at the same time, he has 10 total trimesters, and between each trimester, he has 2 weeks off school where he has no classes, no homework, no exams, nothing. And I'm trying to tell him that it's definitely possible on getting married on one of those breaks because he has 2 weeks off and a wedding is 1 day. And I think it would definitely be easy and not feel like a super rushed thing. So yeah, my advice or my question for you guys is, should I just sit back and wait the 3 years? Because at the end of the day, we're still getting married and I love him. So I'd be willing to do that. Or should I keep trying to push on getting married sooner?
I'm sorry, 3 years to become a chiropractor? You nuts?
You're nuts.
What are you nuts? I'll go and give you a big hug and crack your back. Like, stupid. Unless, of course, Brooke, your family comes from a long line of chiropractors.
No.
In which I
There's
apologize.
a different crack in my family.
But no.
Amazing. Wait, Ben, stop talking. Say more.
Oh, funny crackheads. I don't think I would want to be engaged for 3 years. But also, I don't know if I would want to be with somebody who doesn't want to marry me yet. Like, why are you so apprehensive?
Right.
I want to be with somebody who wants to marry me right now.
But isn't a long engagement, not 3 years, of course not, but is a long engagement kind of romantic because you'll never be engaged again, but in theory you'll be married forever?
I don't think so at all. I think everybody's
death in your eyes.
No,
right now,
I just think I would be like, first of all, I'm excited for you when you get engaged, but like if your wedding's 5 years later, I'm over it. Like,
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's just too long to be engaged. And then I don't know. At that point, it's like I feel like he maybe should have waited to propose. Maybe you guys should have started. Well, it's too late now, but
Okay, so then what's the longest allowable time for an engagement?
I mean, of course you could do whatever you want, but I think like probably like 2 years is my max that I would do.
I agree with that.
I think 2 years though is there's a large chance you don't end up getting married. Like that's
but
really,
then that's
really
good.
long
It's easier
time.
than divorce.
Agreed. Absolutely. If I could do it, Claudia and I were engaged for almost a year and a half, and that was 7 months too long.
Well, I imagine she was really good at planning a wedding. I think about like getting engaged and then the very next day having to start planning. I'm like, that's not going to be me. I'm going to wait a second.
You think so?
No, she was amazing.
Not much of a planner myself.
My sister-in-law, God bless her, the great Blake, she got engaged and they were doing seating charts the next day.
Oh my gosh. I have
Blake.
friends who booked venues before they were engaged. Like, I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I don't know. Who am I to judge? I don't have a boyfriend, seriously.
A deposit's a deposit.
Yeah.
Get it in early.
What was that woman's name again who left us the speak pipe? Do we remember?
Lily Trump.
Lily? All right. Well, Lily, I think you ditch him. More so because, I don't know, if your mom asks you, like, why isn't he marrying you yet? And you're like, he wants to become a chiropractor first. Just doesn't sound good. Like, just leave him. Leave him. Go find somebody who loves you now, and you won't be married to a chiropractor. That's my advice.
Or somebody who already finished his chiropractor school. That'll get him.
That's good too.
Sometimes
That's
if a
good
guy
as
does me
well.
wrong, I like to do like someone more successful at what he does. If that makes sense.
So if we broke up, you would marry Miles Teller.
Yeah.
No, okay.
100%. No, that's so true. I have like, oh wait, I can't say it. Like, for example, if I were dating like an athlete and like all of a sudden Michael Jordan's texting me, you know what I mean? Like, well, he would be probably hard to text, but like, I feel like that's
Yeah.
how to really get to somebody. So
Wow.
if he has an idol chiropractor, marry him instead.
Wow. Or an MD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for the full degree.
Yeah.
Thanks. Or something chiropractic adjacent, like a ventriloquist. Here's one from Caitlin. She needs some dating advice, guys.
Hi, Josh and Ben. Big moron here. Okay, need your advice. And I'm gonna admit I have had some, liquid courage, if you know what I'm saying. But me and one of my really good friends, we live near Nashville, and we go to this music event pretty much every single Thursday, and have become friends with this photographer there. And he's become a person of interest in my life, if you know what I'm saying. And he always makes a point to come and talk to me. I don't go over and talk to him first because you got to play hard to get. We talk on Instagram sometimes, but he won't text me. But he does things like compliment my hair and give me a hug, asks me about work, and remembers things about my life. And so what should I do? I've been married before, which is not great. I'm 25, but I'm really limited in my relationship experience otherwise, and that's on trauma. But yeah, what would you do? Because I like him, he's cool and fun, but the whole if he wanted to, he would. But I also just think boys are dumb. So anyway, that's all. Love ya.
Love you. What a sweet woman.
She is.
And that's on trauma.
What do you guys think? I feel like I'm eager to hear from a man's perspective.
Boys are stupid. I will second that. I think she's in a really crappy position because she's going to have to put herself out there to put her curiosity to bed, to really figure it out, and risk being hurt if the guy's just not into it. And
yeah, and then you have to see him because she's going every Thursday.
And yeah, well, she's not going to go anymore.
Yeah, well, is it worth
weird.
is it worth ruining your music experience?
It's a good point.
Just so I can get this straight, he's the photographer at the venue that she goes to every Tuesday in Nashville, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that you give it a shot. You can always get him fired.
Yeah.
That's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Like, give it a shot. If it doesn't go well, go tell his boss that he like did something inappropriate.
Then he
or
was
something.
shooting up skirts.
Yes.
Yeah. And then like
Perfect.
you'll even get a free drink out of it, or like a free meal from the restaurant. Win-win.
Yeah. I think it can't hurt. I feel like it's good for a girl to shoot her shot sometimes. Maybe he doesn't know you like him.
I think so too. But do girls hate that? I guess you can't speak for all girls.
I don't mind. I'll like slide in people's DMs. I don't like. I would I'm like, hello.
Interesting.
Or maybe he just wants to be professional. Maybe he thinks that he'll get in trouble with his employer if he's
Wait.
out there hitting on the people that are coming to this music venue, bar, whatever the fuck it is.
That's a good point, and that's what I would tell myself too. I'd be like, well, obviously he can't because he's at work.
Yeah, because he's at work.
Marshall, considering Ben and I are two married stiffs, do you ever slide in anyone's DM?
Rarely. I debated sliding into Jake Shane's.
Wait,
Wow, for a date?
Are you into Jake Shane?
Well, I think he's adorable. Yeah.
Hello. He's first of all one of my best friends ever. I've been trying.
I love this.
I'm trying so hard to set. This is perfect. Are you kidding?
I'm blushing.
I could see it.
We'll talk after this is happening.
Marshall's a babe.
Oh, first of all, absolutely. Second of all, I'm obsessed with him, and this would be like my favorite thing to happen.
So glad this happened. Wow.
Also,
we had
slide
Jake-
in as we speak.
We had Jake on the podcast probably like a month ago. He's the best. And Josh and I were talking about this. He is so famous. Like it's crazy.
It is like, I mean, he deserves literally everything that's coming from him, but it's so rare that somebody comes along that like, I feel like is just, there's nobody who could possibly dislike him.
Yeah.
Except for people who are like, there are people who will be like, he's not even funny. And I'm like, try it.
Yeah. So dumb.
Just not true. Like he's so
At
funny.
all. And just the best kid ever. I love him so much.
You know he's good when I tried to do a TikTok the other day and like I thought I came up with some brilliant idea and I literally filmed it and the moment I finished I went, oh, I bet Jake Shane's done this. 30 million views. Like had done the idea already like 8 months ago. I'm like, of course. Like when you are somehow inspired by someone that you don't even realize it, you're like, oh, you're good.
God, I love him.
He's good. There's one more speak pipe and then we'll do our final segment, which is, you can get ready for it now. So we do our what are you nuts moment of the week, which is your gripe with people, places, and things, big or small. Whatever is annoying you right now, whether it's the dumbest thing or the most important thing, feel free to vent.
Okay.
We will too. You have time to think about it. Last speak pipe, this one is from Abby.
Hey, good guys. Abby out here in Denver, Colorado. I need some advice. I had a pretty strange experience with a boy last night. We have a mutual friend, but we met for the first time last night. We were kind of flirting at this bar. Like, we talked a lot of the night, like probably a few hours, like on and off at this bar. And he ends up walking home with me and my roommate and her boyfriend because we were all going to get tacos, but the place he suggested was closed. So then we were like, okay, should we order Taco Bell? And it was like this huge thing because I've never had Taco Bell, which is crazy. What are you, nuts? I know. And so we were like, okay, we'll just order Taco Bell when we get home. And he walks with us to my apartment building, comes upstairs, like comes into my apartment, goes pee, sits on the couch. And my roommate's like, on DoorDash ordering Taco Bell for everyone, and she was like, what do you want? And he's like, oh no, I'm gonna go order it at home. And we were like, what? Like literally even my roommate's boyfriend looked at him like, wait, what? Like why did he walk home and come upstairs? Like so weird. Like if he had to pee, why didn't he pee at the bar? I don't know. So he's like, I gotta go, like I have to take my dog out. I was like, okay, respect, whatever. I walk him down to the lobby because I was like, maybe he'll invite me to come over, maybe he'll smooch me, I don't know. Literally nothing. Our conversation literally consisted of me asking what his dog's name was, which is Teddy, short for Theodore. Should have been Theo, whatever. And
Rest in
then he gave me a
peace.
Christian side hug. Didn't ask for my number.
Christian
No smooch,
side
nothing.
hug.
What do you think? Is this guy nuts?
Did he steal anything? Like, that is like really strange. Like, why'd you come all the way back? But sounds like a loser. You don't want him to smooch you.
God, that's something would do.
I know who this guy is. I know
Really?
this. I know this type of
I'm an
person.
idiot. What?
This
Say
type
why,
this
but-
type of person just doesn't like to go to the bathroom in a public place.
You think that's what it was? But I almost feel like
those people that need to go to the bathroom in their house or somebody's house, but they won't go in a bar. They won't go in a restaurant. I think he's just a clean freak, and he needed to take a quick shit in her house.
Wow. I wonder what was your room clean? Do you think he was like, oh, no, this girl's not for me?
Maybe it was the Taco Bell. Maybe he was scared off by the Taco Bell order.
Yeah. Or maybe he had IBS and he was like, I can't do that here.
Yeah. Or Crohn's, full IBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe.
know. I think he kind of, I don't like his vibes.
Maybe he intermittent fasts. Maybe he was past his fasting window, but he didn't want to like get too personal.
That could be as well.
So what should he have done?
I don't know. Well,
they had just met that night. I will say that.
He should have left her. He should have said goodbye at the bar. That's it.
I think so too.
See you later.
Or had gotten her number. Like if he wanted to come over, but was like,
yeah,
sure.
I have a hard time understanding why he would even want to come over in the first place if he wasn't interested enough to get like her number or anything like that.
Right.
Weird.
So,
I'm with you. Maybe he stole something.
I think he came in, stole something, and left. Personally, so maybe just check for your valuables.
Dry shampoo, Marshall says. A high ticket item. All right, so let's get to our What Are You Nuts moment of the week. Ben, do you want to start us off? You want me to start?
Sure, I can start. Walk into any department store, but I'm talking about Bloomingdale's because I think that this is sort of, I guess it happens in any department store, a Macy's, a Saks, whatever. You're walking in, all of a sudden you reach that fragrance section and you just can't fucking breathe. You can't breathe. Like the fumes from the 2,000 different fragrances all being sprayed at once, I think is an enormous what are you nuts. I walk in, there's not, I can't isolate, even if I was shopping for a fragrance, I can't isolate what that smells like, where it's coming from. The idea of them spraying you as you're walking by, I think it's incredibly dated and nuts. And honestly, it might just be a personal thing, but I can't breathe and it makes me not want to go in the store.
Totally hear that and agree. My what are you nuts is, and this is like so dad. This is, usually I try to be like slightly ridiculous and funny with it, but it's true. If you get into a fender bender, a small car accident, one in which no one's hurt and both cars are still drivable, don't get out in the middle of the 405 freeway and be like, oh, should we exchange number? No, pull over. Don't get out of your car. I get so scared for people, and I tell you, it happens every time. And I'll look, because, I'd be rubbernecking. I love to rubberneck. And I'll be like, that's a new bumper at best. And, and they stop, because people get freaked out, and they're like, whatever. And they get out in the middle of a busy freeway to exchange information. What are you, nuts?
Yeah,
Nuts.
I hate that.
Pull over.
I'm struggling with what are you nuts?
Think more. You need more time to talk?
Did you see anybody on the street today where you're like, lady, you are absolutely brain dead?
I can give you one.
Oh, wait, I think I have a good one. I've been doing a lot of public workout classes, just like with a bunch of girls. And
Yellow gym.
Yeah, but those are fine because that's just like a couple of us. But when I go to one and there's like 40 girls in there and I'm ending up on somebody's TikTok or like something, just struggling in the back. Like, why are you filming the whole class and not just yourself? Yeah. And I get very frustrated that's not like common knowledge. Like, why would you not just film only yourself? So I think those people are nuts. Also, yeah, I think that's it.
That's perfect.
Okay.
That is a what are you nuts?
I don't really know if I understand the segment.
No.
Okay.
That was perfect.
That was good. That was good. But
I just
want
to speak to yours really quickly. Just know that I'm wearing a perfume right now that I literally hate and loathe, but it's like in the store I thought I loved it because I was smelling like 17 different ones.
You were probably smelling something else, a concoction
and now
of a Gucci, a Chanel No. 5, all blended into one.
Yeah, I hate mine right now, but it's like I bought it already, so gotta just rock with it for however long it takes.
There you go.
I've got Joe Malone on. I think I smell great.
Oh, lucky you.
What can I say? It's musky. Here, I can give you a quick one of you nuts as we close out the segment. Why do you like me in Oppenheimer so much?
I love it so much. Well, just the movie in general. Like, I always get I'll have like certain things that I hyperfixate on so hard.
Gotcha.
And Oppenheimer is just one of them because it's been so long since I had a movie that I love that much. But also, I was so like I've said this to you before, but just like flabbergasted when you were on.
I am a jump scare.
No,
in the
I
film.
loved it so much, but I think it's just because it was unexpected in my head. It's like, it feels like casting directors and stuff would be hesitant to do that because you're such an iconic, like you, like people remember you just a certain way. So I feel like it was like really a bold choice because they were like, timepiece, Josh Peck is amazing. I love it.
Thank you. You're
And
so
you
good to me.
ate.
Thank you. Wow.
8.
I
He did.
I don't need Wellbutrin after this podcast. I feel so great. Ben, take us home. Brooke, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Brooke, it was amazing. Is there anything you want to plug?
Canceled podcast. We're going to be touring again in the fall. So eyes peeled. And then I think that's it.
Excellent. Well, go find Brooke and Tana, Canceled Podcast. Go buy tickets to the tour. If it's not already sold out, I'm sure it's already sold out. Rate us 5 stars. This episode, it's 5 stars. Otherwise, what are you, nuts? Listen to us on Apple, Spotify. Watch us on Josh's YouTube. You got to see us. You got to see us in action. Listen to us. See us. Share our clips with a friend. Our TikTok good guys. Our Instagram good guys. Mondays and Thursdays, folks. We'll see you next time.